defense played. When you go back and review the film and how you guys are playing, obviously there's a lot of talent on that side of the ball. What do you think needs to change to get it going?
We just got to lock in on little details, lock in on some of the plays towards the end of the game. We get up and we're up by 15 points or whatever, and obviously the situation changes and teams are going to have to throw the ball to kind of get back into the game, and so we just have to do a better job of recognizing those situations and playing them better.
Jackie?
Hey, Bobby, sorry for that.
You good?
Just curious what you see from this from their offense, specifically in their run game.
I think they have a really good running game. Definitely feel like they use their tight ends in different ways. They use their receivers a little bit more than most teams do, as far as like kind of putting them into the box and bringing around on counter plays and things of that nature. So it's a unique running style. Something I think if you just come downhill and play fast, you'll be able to knock it out. So it'd be a challenge, but we've been doing really well in the run, and I think that'll continue.
And then looking at this defense, what have you seen from some of the younger guys? What do you see from Alton Robinson and then also LJ in these first few games?
Uh, just their growth, especially LJ. I've seen LJ grow a lot from last year to this year. Understand there was a lot, on his plate last year, and there was a lot of speculation and things of that nature. So for him to kind of go into the offseason, prepare the way he did, come back and really just do a good job and continue to grow and ignore the noise, it's been pretty impressive. And, Alton's growing as well. You saw him get in the game, get an opportunity, get a sack, and we're just looking for those guys to keep getting better every week, which I'm confident they will.
Art Teal.
Bobby, Pete just told us that you guys saw some video of the debates last night, and I wanted to get your take on the inflammatory stuff said, and also whether players have talked, if you've talked among yourselves about any kind of response on game day.
A response to the debate?
Or the word said, yeah. Or any other place.
Well, they did. The words wasn't really directed at us and specifically football players, in my opinion. But as far as the debate, it was tough to watch. Just seemed like two grown men arguing the whole time, and you had Trump doing what he does. At this point, you know who he is. It's not no hiding it. He's not hiding it. He's telling you exactly who he is, and if that's somebody that you care to support, then it's unfortunate. But he's shown us who he is, and so getting up there watching the debate, I wasn't really looking to see or be surprised by anything. He's shown us who he is for 4 years, and it is what it is. I don't care about him or anything that he thinks. So he has no play in my life.
Michael Sean.
Hey, Bobby, when Pete says you guys had Ed Goins in not too long ago, talking to you guys about voting and specifically how important it is to localize those efforts, like knowing who's running for the things locally that you agree with, not you, like guys as a team. Over the years, have you lived in Seattle? Have that something that you've emphasized or learned more about, so like the importance of the local elections, maybe here or even back home in LA?
I think it's something that over the years I've gotten more knowledge on. His I think his job came in. He came in and talked to us really about like the kind of law side and how what certain laws kind of people use to hide behind and things of that nature, and how sometimes verdicts are turned the way they are based on some of the bills or things that they have in place. So it really opens your eyes and lets you know that you need to. It's more than just voting specifically on the president. It's voting on the people that you have in your states, in your cities, and really just being more aware and conscious of some of the bills that they put on the ballot, some of the things laws that they try to place, and understand how that's going to affect you and the people around you.
Has there been any law or bill or anything that's been illuminating to you? Like, well, I didn't know that they were doing this to hide this, so to speak.
Not anything specifically. I think there's a lot of laws that they hide behind. So it's hard to pick one.
Fair enough. Thanks.
Bob Condota.
Yeah, Bobby, you mentioned the run defense. Obviously, statistically, it's a lot better. What has been sort of the key to that, having that be a lot better this year than it was last year?
I think it's our fronts that we're playing. We're kind of switching up the fronts a little bit. I think, everybody's playing real sound, coming down, making the plays that we need to make. And then I think, too, when the offense is scoring the way that they're scoring, it puts other offenses in a position where they have to keep up, and running the ball is not going to do that.
And then one other, just obviously in the back end, you've had some injuries and guys in and out and stuff like that. Has that made it challenging with the communication and all that kind of stuff? Or?
I don't think it made it challenging because I think, you always, as the signal caller, you're constantly communicating. I think it's just, like over the years you create certain nonverbal communications, or you get used to working with a certain person, and you guys might play a certain play one way, and then somebody comes in and you have to either explain how you guys are playing that play or adjust. And so sometimes that happens in the game, and you're trying to adjust on the fly, and we can the whole thing, just as far as the pass game, we just got to do better.
Brady.
Hey, what's up, Bobby?
What's up?
What was your view of the way Shaquem played late in that game Sunday?
I think he played great. He came in. I love his mentality. I love his mindset. Anybody in his situation could have easily gotten mad or frustrated about what happened, but he came in prepared. Was preparing all week, and the moment he got his opportunity, he came in and made some really, really good plays, whether it was on Zeke, whether it was breaking up the ball over the middle, and just being really, really active. And so I was really impressed with the way he handled everything and his preparation on coming in and being ready.
Corbin.
Hey, Bobby. Coach Carroll was saying this is the best that he's seen Ryan Fitzpatrick play. It seems like he's like fine wine. The older he gets, each additional team he plays for, he plays better. But he's really been playing well the last couple weeks. What challenges does he present, given he's such a fierce competitor out there and the experience that he has?
I think one is the experience. I think there's not too many coverages or things that he hasn't seen, whether it's blitzing, whether it's the coverages, like I said. So that's definitely, you have to understand you're playing a veteran guy. And then, watching the game, if you watch the game, his energy really ignites that team. So whenever he gets a good throw or makes a big play, whether he, runs the ball or anything like that, it really ignites that whole offense. And so that's another aspect that you want to try to slow down. The moment he starts screaming into the camera, something's going right for him.
Jen.
This will be the first week that you have fans in attendance at a game. I can't believe that we're asking about this, but is that any sort of distraction, or does that create what you think would be an unusual environment in this year?
Not really, because it's not our fans. So, they're not going to be cheering for us, so it won't be anything.
When you're on the field, though.
Maybe. It depends on what the fans is. We don't know how they are or what it's going to be like. It's not going to be at full capacity, so it could sound exactly how the fake noise sound when we at the, our stadium or other empty stadiums. So we've played in big crowds before. We played in many arenas before, so I think we'll be fine.
Masvida.
Hey, Bobby, how you doing?
Doing good.
Hey, you addressed this a little bit with Shaquem, but I was wondering if you could just overall, it seems like guys have stepped up on both sides of the ball for you guys this season. There's been injuries, but the commitment and preparation for all kinds of players to step up. I wonder if you could just address that.
Yeah, I just think, we always preach a next man up mentality, but I think really, too, I think we have a great group of guys that understand that, to stay in this league, you got to be a true professional. And I think guys have really taken that really serious. And you can see, when they get the opportunity, they come in, they're ready to play. It's not, they don't know the plays or don't know what to do. They come in, they're ready to play. And I think that just speaks not only for the environment here, but the guys' willingness to kind of buy in and understand, especially in this crazy time, with the injuries being the way that they are, that your opportunity can come at any given moment, and you have to be ready, and you have to be ready to perform. And I think guys are really taking that seriously, and it's shown on the field.
Is that something you and Russell have talked about as leaders, in the last few years to create that culture, or it's just organic?
I definitely feel like it's something that we talk about for sure, because you have to, obviously as guys come in, they have this vision and the belief that they're going to come in and play and start right away, and it doesn't happen that way. And so you have to give a little bit of encouragement and let them know, like, Russell didn't start until he proved it in the preseason game, that third preseason game. I was splitting reps up until about game 5 or 6 my rookie year. So sometimes it's part of the process. Sometimes you get thrown into the game. And so a lot of it is just, the older guys kind of giving their experience and the situations that they have. Because a lot of people, by now, year 9, don't remember that I didn't play base and nickel when I first got here. So I think it's just them hearing those stories as well as the organicness that you talked about, and us just saying be ready. I think that's kind of a combination of everything.
Thanks.
Last one for Bobby, Aaron Levine.
Hey, Bobby. You guys have won 9 straight games at 10 a.m. Pacific. How does it really go from such a bugaboo for this organization for some 30 some odd years and kind of a hindrance, and the record hadn't been that great, to the success you guys have had over the last 2.5 years at that time?
I think it's a mindset thing. I think it's, sometimes you can play into those stats, those thoughts that people have that you don't play well, and you can change that with your mentality. And so I think it's just, preparing better, understanding that you got to get up earlier than you normally get up. And at the end of the day, it's still a football game. So as long as you get up and you're ready to play, we're good. So I think we do a good job of making sure everybody's up, got that energy going, and, ready to play. So I think that's kind of why, we've been able to do it. We got a good group of guys that buy in and always believe that we can win no matter what.
Thanks a lot, Bobby.
Thanks, Bobby.
Appreciate it, guys. Stay safe.